Okay, we are live Saturday, June 22nd. What the heck is going on? We usually go live Mondays. What's going on? Well, there is some breaking news, and we have always said we would go live when there is breaking news to report. So that's what we're going to do. Before I turn it over to Kpro, I just want to mention that somebody on Reddit made a comment that you guys always say breaking news. So it's kind of a little bit, they said, hey, they weren't a hater. They weren't a troll. They said, hey, I'm not being a jerk. But when you always say breaking news, it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf. We don't know what's really breaking news and what isn't. So I hear that. I understand it. Maybe we'll try and make some changes. Or is it? Yeah, it is, Randy. It is. So I'll deal with that later. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. But for tonight,
but there's a difference between you hitting the breaking news button throughout the show and when you put breaking news in the title. I don't think you do that often, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Well, then the other thing is breaking news is subjective. If it's breaking news to you, but somebody else already knows about it, you know what I mean? It's a subjective title. But anyway, regardless of that, tonight at the end of Kpro's PowerPoint, there is in fact some breaking news. I think we can all agree. So what I'm telling you is stick around. Kpro's going to go through a couple, I call them housekeeping things. She wants to go through the direction of the channel, etc. first, and we'll get through that. But at the very end is the breaking news. So please stick around. All right, Kpro.
Well, I won't say at the very end. I mean, there's new lawsuits. I know you don't think that's breaking news, but yeah. I think it's breaking news that the family's being sued again. Like, that's just one example. Mike does not think that's breaking news. I think that can have an effect. It's unfortunate. It's sad breaking news, but it's breaking news. Yeah. Anyway.
That's why breaking news is subjective. Some people think certain things are breaking.
Then we have other things. Yeah. Yeah.
As an objective, rational searcher, everybody, I can tell you there's breaking news at the end of this PowerPoint. With the stuff before that, hey, you make the call. And you know what? In the comments down below of this video when we're done, or in the comments of the live chat, tell us if you think it's breaking news when we get to it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Mike is talking about something other than the lawsuits, which we're going to go over the new information. That new information. I did want to kind of put, and it actually comes on some interesting timing because Mike and I have been talking about the direction of the channel and a lot of the conjecture talk that I think have gotten some rather on edge, and that rather on edge, unfortunately, I think I have some exact quotes from the filing of they've had to wait 4 years. Why isn't the family, well, we'll talk about it because I want to get the words exactly right, but it is very unfortunate. But all of this was precipitated with a video that I saw yesterday, and I was very surprised and was kind of had lots of questions about. And then that precipitated some discussions that I have had, but I want you guys to see the video. And so I have a PowerPoint. Otherwise I stumble and fumble.
Burying the lead, Kpro. Just get through. Let's do it in order. Yeah, let's do it in order.
Okay. And there's a reason I build a PowerPoint. See what happens. Otherwise, go.
And I will let everybody know, because we are going live today, we are not going to go live Monday. Just so everybody's aware of that. So this is our normal Monday show today. All right, right to the PowerPoint.
Yes.
Okay. Remember, guys, stick around. If you're like, this is the same old stuff, stick around to the end, because there is, in fact, breaking news. All right. This is our special Saturday show.
Oh,
special Britney Spears records. All right, here we go. Bam. Go ahead, Kpro.
Okay, so I do want to just briefly touch on how we're gonna be focusing for the future. Just the channel in general. And I do have a call out to some of you that are working on some months. There is a new lawsuit. We will discuss it. There is an existing lawsuit that actually went dormant. There is some recent updates in the last couple of weeks. I caught onto it yesterday. So I have included that because I do think it's important. I am going to talk about, Mike thinks it's too repetitive, but I don't. Here's the chase timeline that we're going to follow. You may follow other things, but this is what our channel is going to follow and what we're not going to follow from here on. And then we do have a new video. Boom, go.
Our focus and plan. Boop.
Okay, it's just one slide. So we have kind of our major rides, which is the Forrest Fenn chase. And I know some people are saying, but that's over. The ending. We have some things coming up, and I'm going to discuss that in a second of what we will be covering. We have JCB's major hunt coming up. And then we have two other, Justin calls his a project that, and then Michael is also working on, I'll say like a 6-figure type of hunt. So it's going to be something pretty big. Those are the major rides, but Mike has really lost his focus since he got together with this dirty, rotten, scoundrel, snake, terrible person named Kpro. And he used to be involved with all these different hunts. And I know people have been messaging him and me, can you get some of the people on that have been doing some of these smaller hunts? That's where you kind of had your roots. So I'm going to call out to each of you because we are going to be getting back to focusing on that, especially now. There are a couple of hunt originators that are growing in Vegas, not only us with the invitation, but some others. And we want to start covering that. Kpro, myself, Chris, and Mike went boots on the ground in 107-degree weather. I passed out and almost died. Mike made it an extra mile.
I had to turn around and go back. Yeah.
The only one that made it was Kpro. He actually got to the spot when it was already gone, but that he found the spot by himself. Special thanks to Bavetta, because Bavetta got a GPS drop and he ran straight up a hill. And it made me realize he was so excited. I was like, I'm sorry, buddy, you didn't find it. It was gold and cash and a bunch of stuff.
It was $5,000 worth of stuff.
He's like, I found the spot though. I'm a treasure hunter. He's like, bring JCB on. He was so excited. He was so excited. Yeah. So we are going to go back to that because he was so pumped. He was so red. I was so worried about him. He was up by himself. So he had to figure out, he had to get oriented based on the pictures, the GPS drop. He couldn't figure out GPS, just like the rest of us. So it was cool. So if you have a hunt you would like us to cover, give us as much detail as possible. We're going to start covering those again in a more significant way.
We're going to get back to the Treasure Hunt Amusement Park, everybody. We've been talking about the chase for too long. What is it, day 2,204 since it was announced it was found?
Like that.
So we will still go live when there is breaking news on the Thrill of the Chase and the ending and all that. But we do want to get into some other treasure hunts, which we will. So
and then, of course, poker in Vegas and all that. I will give you a quick update. I shot 5 bullets, complete blanks. I'm in a rut, a terrible rut. I'm going to do a video on it because I can't only talk about when I win. Next week is the ladies WSOP. So that's part of the reason that I want to kind of disappear off social media next week. And we were in California last week. And so it was nice to get off social media again. But then I got a call from the Cynthia Meum. All hell's broken loose. Go to the next slide, Mike.
And I think I will put together a vlog of when we were in California and that treasure hunt we went on over in Lake Las Vegas. And a lot of people are like, well, that's not really related to treasure hunts. Right. That video's for us, everybody. Right. We put stuff up for us as well, our family.
Well, it's really interesting because Mike said, I said, why did you start this channel like Cowlazars? And he said, I want my boys to see me 20, 30, 40 years from now. They can see my videos and grandkids. And so we're going to put those in occasionally and you guys just have to deal with it. We're going to try to do better with some of the titles. But anyway, okay, enough of that. Let's get to some of the breaking news if you think it is breaking news. And if you don't, make a meme.
Oh, no, it is. You'll agree. You'll agree it is. Thumbs up for Kpro's PowerPoint and these awesome graphics. Where did she find this stuff? I mean, I don't know. All right. The chase. Boop. Remember in school there'd be a beep and then the next slideshow would come up. Anyway. All right.
Okay. So what are we anticipating for the chase? This is what I am committing to Mike. He can't get away from it. This is what we think is coming up. I have a timeline on the next slide, but Jens's doc, which should be related to Forrest Fenn. He also has JCB. He has the All of Josh story. That should be coming. We have Netflix coming. We have Shiloh's release of his epic fun and answers, whatever that means. I have some summaries in a second. We have Justin's post Netflix project. The Dragon Bracelet is somehow he doesn't own it and all of that, whatever that project is. We have more media that will be coming out with searcher stories and maybe some other stories post Netflix. I think we're going to see a tidal wave. We have the big news, which is June of 2026 is the time capsule that Forrest Fenn put at the Cody Museum, and it's going to be opened at that time. And you never know, we could get Jack's story. That'll be breaking news for the end of the show. And then other highlights as they arise, like what you'll see at the end of this show. Okay, next slide, Mike. I'm going fast because he doesn't.
Yeah. This stuff we already know about all this stuff. The time capsule is kind of interesting, but good.
Okay, so 2024, this is breaking news to me. 2024, we see Q4, we'll see maybe Jens's Dock, maybe not. I do think we'll see JCB's Hunt launching. We're hoping, and from what I understand, there's going to be some pre-press done. So I don't think we're going to wait until the end of October. I think maybe August, September, hopefully we start seeing some updates on the website and some other things. I will say, hit the sad news button, horn button.
Netflix delayed until 2025. What?
It is delayed. I don't know if they're still on. It is delayed at this point. Let's just leave it at that. I'm not going to talk more. We have too much to talk about. Netflix is the project has not yet been submitted to Netflix. Sad horn. Let's move on. We have Shiloh's Epic Fun and Answers. I think that will come after Netflix, and then Justin's project will come after Netflix, and then we have 2026. We have the time capsule. So that's kind of our. Yeah.
I had to make coffee on a Saturday afternoon because of this breaking news at the end of this we're going to talk about. It's going to take a minute.
We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, let's get through the lawsuits and then we'll get through what Mike considered. So I went out Mike and I did date night last night. And I showed him the video and he was like, that's huge. And I'm like, or it's breaking news to him. I was like, I didn't know if he was going to say, cut it out. No. Or he was like, no, this is good stuff. So anyway, keep going.
You guys will make your own decision.
Okay. We're 2 minutes out, 5 minutes out, 4, 3.5.
Lawsuit updates.
Sad horn. Okay.
Oh.
Next slide. Okay. There is a new lawsuit. They're going to be remaining nameless because it is against the estate. So because the estate is time barred, I believe the lawsuit will be dismissed quickly. I don't know if it'll refile against the family personally.
$100 million.
Plus all of Forrest's copyright information, all of his books, that's why I put the plus. This is truly the condensed.
What's wrong with people?
It is someone, if you put in the keyword and the person's name, you will see he was on Thor. He has been banned a long time ago. He is a true solver.
So this is not the person that's on the bottom of this slide. This is a new person, everybody.
This is a new person.
A new one, which is just
anyway. So it was filed on Thursday. And the parts that I think were interesting or kind of stood out to me is he talked about the extreme emotional distress over the last 4 years. And this is solely arisen from the fraudulent efforts of the estate to manipulate the truth instead of simply stating what was fact. So he seems frustrated maybe by the last couple of years. There's no blame. I'm not going to say the name, Candy. I just want to say lawsuit guy. I know the guy's name. I just don't want his telephone number, everything. Everything's on the court docket, but I don't want to, yeah, it's unfortunate. Okay, so yes, it is more nonsense. Hopefully it will be dismissed and it's gone. But the Woodard case, this is the comic book guy that does like man with acquired, knows everything, that guy. So it's been about 8 months ago, or about a year ago, he filed a lawsuit. He couldn't figure out how to work the process so it moves along. So it's been about 8 or 9 months, and the court finally noticed him and said, inactivity, we are going to basically dismiss your case. So he issued some paperwork, or basically asked some questions, and they have told him, you need to serve. A part of court is if you're suing someone, they have to be properly served. There is a process to that. It's pretty basic, but it doesn't seem like Mr. Woodard can figure that out, because the court let him know, unless you serve, we're not moving ahead. And he has now requested a hearing regarding his solve and possible murder. So eventually, I think this one is a little different, though, because it is personally against Shiloh and it is personally against Jack Stoof, which is different than the estate. The estate is time barred. And Ken, I believe Shiloh, well, I don't even want to say the possible murder, that Forrest did not die naturally, which I think we all know he did.
So with just my 2 cents, I don't even know why we talk about the lawsuits, because they're ridiculous, they're crazy, and Well, I understand Kpro's point but it's related to the thrill of the chase. It's related to the ending, but none of these lawsuits have any merit. So anyway.
Well, Jamie McCracken's we wouldn't have gotten Jack's name without potentially a lawsuit.
But
we wouldn't have got all of Jack's email.
That's true. That's true.
And that's why we've given it way more attention than it deserves. I think both of these will have been, I don't think these are holding anything up. I just think it is informational, and that's what I'm giving you is information.
Don't assume, Candy, because you're probably wrong. So don't assume. All right.
No, it's not. I can tell you it's not. But okay, let's move on. Okay, so let's move on to where are we at? Are we at the break? What you think is breaking news?
Yeah. Ready? Everybody ready? Everybody strapped in?
Okay, let's tee this up. Hold on. The next slide.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, yes.
Not the break.
Yeah, you jerk.
I don't know why we're talking about Shiloh either, personally, but you wanted to, so here we go. Shiloh summary of points. Boop. There you go.
Okay, so for me, I think this is important to me, and it's not to Mike. He tried to get out of it right there. So when I focus on what has Shiloh said, I am going to have the salient points of what I have heard from Shiloh. I am not including the auto edits or those little edits that he got from Forrest. So a lot of people now think that they're the finder and it was actually their spot. Any general statements that he's making, the eBay descriptions are actually secret clues. The pictures that he sends of his steak dinners, the steak means this, and that's a clue to none of that is in my sphere of wanting to analyze. Other people can. These are the things that are summary points that if you're considering a lawsuit, if you're considering hyping up Shiloh and getting people so excited.
That's Shiloh on the phone.
No, Lord. This is a thing that you need to realize. This is what Shiloh has said. And I think it's important to make sure we have all heard the same thing. Other noise and chaotic behavior should just be ranted out.
So this is what Shiloh has actually said. Go, Kpro. Or you want me to read?
Jack Stoof. No, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
All right. These are the points Shiloh has actually said. Jack Stoof is the finder, retriever, and owner of the treasure chest. Jack was not nudged. There is nothing left to search for except bells and jars. The 9 clues and location are not going to be given as a part of the fun or answers. It is over. He is not affiliated in any way with Stoof.com. Epic fun and answers to come. These are what he said is going to be in the epic fun and answers to come. Clarification on the bracelet, emerald ring, Forrest Fenn's death, Shiloh's book, Forrest Fenn unpublished scrapbooks, binder 2.0 question mark, stories about his father, F's SIL. What's SIL?
Son-in-law.
Oh, Forrest, I got you. Stories about his father, Forrest's son-in-law. Oh, Shiloh's father, got it.
Yeah.
Provenance on items from the chase and the treasure chest. Items from the treasure chest. Not included are audio edits, general statements, eBay descriptions, pictures that may include hints, etc. Okay.
So anyone that keeps sending me, oh, did you see this picture? And that means that my spot is right, or whatever, or there's a second chest, or it wasn't really Jack. Here is what Shiloh has said. And this is what I'm focusing on. So it's pretty clear cut, guys, to me. Now, other people, I don't hunt down other channels and try to focus on what they're allowed to do or not allowed to do. But I don't think there's secret hits in the eBay auctions or the pictures. We're going to focus less on conjecture and more on this is what Shiloh has said, and we're appreciative of what he said. So we kind of need to focus on that because I think now that Shiloh has come forward that they are not going to give out the location or the clues, I think it's shifting some people's thoughts, and that's going to come into our breaking news part coming up. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. So just for clarification from me, I don't feel the need to talk about Shiloh at all until he actually comes out with his book or whatever his epic fun and answers are. Yeah. But yeah.
And any major update, if he gave a major update, like my book is coming out October 20th. That's fair. Yeah, sure. Yeah, but fair. All of the other kind of just dribbly drab and it's just causing more confusion. And obviously some people, again, it's just
all right. Now let's
let's go to the next slide. Are we actually at the part?
Yeah. Now we can get to the breaking news, everybody. All right. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to watch this video. We're going to show it to you. Let's just watch it. Then we're going to go back and we can actually break it down. And you have, oh, I see. You did have another PowerPoint. All right, here we go. And then, yeah, let me make a comment before
another
we show.
PowerPoint.
No, you have another slide. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. A new video. Who's it from, Kpro? It's from
crap.
Cynthia.
We have even more breaking news later. Okay, go ahead.
What? All right. A new video from Cynthia Meum. And I will just say this. Well, there's going to be questions after we show this video. We're going to show the video. It's not long. And then we're actually going to go back and break it down because there's a lot of things that need to be broken down. But I will just give you my opinion of Cynthia Meum real quick before we watch her video. Cynthia Meum is a longtime searcher of Forrest Fenn's treasure chest who was an insider with Forrest. I'm sorry, she just was. I think she was an insider with Dale, meaning she talked to Dale a lot. Okay. She has information the rest of us do not have, in my opinion. This is all my opinion, but this is how I see it. I think Cynthia is at the point where she's pissed off that she thought others who we would all believe were going to give this information. And now that she realizes they're not, I think she's just decided to do it herself in whatever way she decides to. So that's my take on it. Whether you love her or hate her or indifferent, she knows some things that we don't, everybody. I'm sorry. It's just how it is. By virtue of being as close to Forrest as she was throughout the treasure chest, and then even after, you'll see in the video, she does the work. She goes to the court case. She goes to see so-and-so. She goes to see so-and-so, much like Kpro. And yeah, that's my take on it. So,
well, but I do think it's important. And I always go back to Hooley said this maybe 2 years ago and reiterated it maybe a year ago. I want to hear from everybody. And then I can figure out the things I believe and don't believe. Right. Like some of the stuff that Shiloh said. Some people don't believe this Lee person. And we do have more breaking news coming up in a second. After this, on the JCB
it can be better than what's in this, but anyway.
JCB is just a little tiny hunt. We'll give that update in a second. Okay, so for me, I want to hear everything. And when I saw this video, I had some questions. I got some answers that we'll go over in a second. But it's really easy either to, like Forrest said, Forrest hated the people that hated the chase, but always just consistently messaged him. He always said, just leave people alone. If you don't like what she has to say, you can say whatever, but you don't need to watch. You don't need to go on and on and on. I know you still will, but I'm just saying in general. Okay.
All right. Can we just play it? Because we're going to have to break it down. We are going to break it down.
I say since it's only about 1 minute and 20 seconds, right. I say you play it all the way through.
Yeah.
And this will be up on Cynthia's channel. Right. And then we will go back through and we'll go over each part to see if there's questions or thoughts. And I already had some and I went over, and you will see me at the end after I saw it where it was like, okay. Anyway, and we'll go over that.
Play it.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Nobody's saying anything.
Michael.
It's over. Here we go.
No sound.
Did you say there's no sound, Kpro?
Yeah, everybody in the chat room. That's why I asked you a couple times.
We'll replay it.
We went live.
Don't worry. Well, you should have said something, I think.
I said no sound about 3 times.
Didn't hear you. Okay, but it's okay. There's music. We'll replay it, but there's where you can hear the sound, but there's music through the whole thing until the very end.
No, there's more than that. Well, okay.
Until the very end.
No, incorrect. But go ahead.
All right, let's watch it again. Hang on. And we're going to break it down because there was a lot happening in there that there's some questions. There's a lot of questions. So let's play it one more time.
No, let's play it with sound though, because you can.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. Okay. Honey, you should have said there's no sound.
Right, did you guys hear me say no sound several times? And then I put at Cowlazars, no sound. And then I asked, do you guys hear sound? And everyone said no in the chat.
I'm watching the video. I'm not watching the chat.
Yeah, so please play it correctly, Cynthia said.
Right. Problem is, I don't know if I can. Let's see.
Right. That's why I asked you to
check. No, because it's a link, because of the way the link is.
I asked you to check that.
Oh, hang on. Why is it doing that? All right, give me a second.
Hey, Cynthia, why don't you just put it public?
Yeah, why don't you put it public on your channel, Cynthia, and I'll just go play it from there. If that's what you want to do. I mean, I've got a lot.
Wouldn't both of them be from her channel? But whatever.
What's that? No, there's a different. I can't. There's a reason I can't play it a certain way.
Okay.
Because of how she sent it.
She said okay.
Okay, well then I'll just go to your YouTube channel.
See why I must go? He's saying we know nothing. See, it's perfect then. Then you don't have to do hours and hours of talking about it. And if you move on, it puts you in a much healthier, positive space. See?
Okay, I'm looking, Cynthia. Make it public. But yeah, there's a lot to digest in that video, and we're gonna go over it and talk about it. Now, it is going to be on Cynthia's YouTube channel. So it's Cynthia Meum.
Can you slow it down? This is what I would recommend. You do what you want. I know you want to be in charge of it. But the little nut, if you go and you put it on 0.25 on speed, you can actually 0.5 on speed. It'll be 8 seconds for each one. And you can still pause it. And you will be able to hear the voices throughout the video that you say are not there. You will be able to hear.
There's two voices. And it's not. There's two voices.
Oh, you mean
anyway. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Give me a second. Boom. You hear that, right, Kpro?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. Sorry about the first one, everybody. Boop, 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 boop.
Sure, I do have other questions. So, let's talk about So, I think that pretty much covers everything, right?
No.
All right, so that's it. But there's really only
Sam Brown.
Son of a. In my opinion, there's really only one part of this that's breaking news, in my opinion. But I think it's pretty huge breaking news. So we're going to talk about it. Second, let me do this. Kokomo. I think it's pretty huge news, in my opinion. I think Kpro has a different opinion on some of it. But Kokomo, talk about a hot foot. What's that from? All right. Anyway, all right. We're just going to go through it one at a time? Or do you want to talk about whatever you got for breaking news?
I think we should go through it because we have, 150 people in here that may have questions as well. I think we start at the beginning, go to the end. That's what I would do because there might be layers to this that you're not maybe catching.
Yeah, that's so quick. She made it go by pretty quick. So you're right. We are probably missing something. All right, let's do this.
So Sophia thought the interviews were sold to Netflix. No, he said that they didn't pay enough. Basically, they didn't see the monetary value that the family wanted. So no, the videos are not a part of Netflix. But we'll get into that in a second. Okay. Huli caught something. Mike doesn't even think it's a big deal, but keep going. Okay, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Let's do it this way. Okay, so this is, again, we'll just get demonetized because of the music. But
No, then turn the music off.
It's too late. We already played it. It doesn't matter.
Then shut up and keep going.
So what is that? She says we talked the binder, but not that binder. What binder does she mean when she says not that binder? Says we talked the binder.
That's the binder for the court case. That's the binder for the court case.
Oh, this is the
That's McCracken's. Yeah.
Gotcha. So she's saying we're not talking about the emails that are in a binder. We're talking about that's 2.0, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Well, see, to me, that's not breaking news. We know 2.0. We've already talked about 2.0. That's, yeah. We can talk about it all we want. That's not breaking news, in my opinion. This is my opinion, guys. Okay. We know that Dale received a cease and desist to remove binder PDFs. So this is Carl.
Some people know. Lawyer. Some people question because they didn't get to see the cease and desist, and they're wrong, and they're wrong.
But again, this email was sent to Dale, but it was also sent to who? The web provider?
No, it was sent to us. It was sent to us that a cease and desist was not only sent to Dale, but it was sent to the internet provider for lumifilms.com because they were going to take down the internet site or have the internet provider take it down if Dale didn't.
Again,
typical.
In my opinion, not breaking news.
Not breaking news. Not huge, but it's clarification.
PDFs are still on Twitter. We know that. That's
and it's interesting. It's not okay. If this is just going to be whatever's not break. Go ahead, Mike. You're driving.
No, go ahead. I gave my opinion. Give your opinion.
I just think it's interesting that Dale gets a cease and desist, but this has been up there for months and months and months on Twitter. And there doesn't seem to be any. I mean, every single page is up on Twitter.
Right.
They can do the same thing. Issue Twitter the cease and desist. I just find it. I don't understand it. I don't understand. It's not consistent.
So, in my opinion, they sent that email, and that's all they ever were going to do. If Dale didn't bring it down, they wouldn't have actually taken the legal action. They just sent the email. That's my opinion because somebody has posted it, and they haven't taken it down. So, yeah. Anyway, will Shiloh publish the binder? Go ahead.
He recently, there's lots of questions in chat. Will he publish the binder? He confirmed with Cynthia in his book is going to be this binder as a part of it about a month or two ago.
And again, that's not breaking news. We already know what's in 2.0. It's on Twitter. So even if Shiloh publishes it, I don't know why that's a big deal.
Okay, so quick question. How do we find it on Twitter, Kpro? That is the one thing that the Fenn state attorney, Carl, has requested of Mike and I is not to provide links or directions of how to get illegal materials. So we're not going to provide the link, but it is still up there. This is Cynthia's video,
guys. Yeah. And I don't know where it is on Twitter. I've never seen it on Twitter. I just saw
you are subscribed. You are following the person.
Well, I don't know where it is on Twitter, and I don't know. I've never gone there to look at it on Twitter. I didn't need to because I saw it when Dale posted it. So why would I go to Twitter? Just my opinion, guys.
Okay. Maybe you subscribe to him for a different reason.
Fenn's family. I subscribe to a lot of people on Twitter. Fenn's family confirms chest found end of 2019. Now, this is interesting. This is on one of Cynthia's videos. And again, Cynthia Meum on YouTube. She pinned a comment, which was 4 years ago, guys, right after the chest was found from this person, whoever that is. I heard that the chest was found sometime at the end of 2019, and the person who solved it does not wish to come forward just yet. I heard this from a friend who is closely related to Fenn's family members. I guess time will tell. Now, Cynthia is going to have to talk about this to say, when was this comment? Like, was it before any of the rest of the community knew it was found in 2019?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's breaking news that this person knew about it back then. Don't know who that person is or any details.
Cynthia is not Emma H. Actually, we've been trying to figure out who is Emma H. How did she know? We just think it's, or I will say this was posted. She died like 4 years ago. She was like, could it have not been found, in June? And this was one of and she pinned it hoping, Emma H, if you're out there, come and tell us more. Who'd you hear from?
What family member? I mean, if you want to share.
But if you look at the date of the, it's kind of like Jack on Condor. You can't, or his videos on YouTube. This is not something she can doctor. That comment was made before we knew even who Jack was. I think this was right after the find.
So somebody knew it. So, okay. Shiloh says no second treasure chest. You went over this in the PowerPoint, right? This is one of the things Shiloh has said.
Right,
So,
exactly. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Not breaking news, in my opinion. Okay. On Ripley's interview, Forrest talks about the age of the chest. I found this wonderful little treasure chest, cast bronze treasure chest, a couple 100 years old. And I started filling it with wonderful things. Well, a couple of 100 years old is definitely not Romanesque. Right. So what we have is conflicting statements from Forrest about the treasure chest, right?
Right. So I think what should you go to is the governing document, the latest comment he said, or what he published in a copywritten book that he published and sold 50,000 of around the world.
I don't know. The book?
So TTOTC, right. Or in 2017, he says it differently than he said it in TTOTC. Which one governs? Obviously, this is the one that's true. What he put in TTOTC was incorrect.
Right. So what does that mean? Was Forrest confused?
Well, we can't say he lies because that puts people in emotional distress situations.
Oh, I can. I can absolutely say he lied. I don't give a shit what other people think. So the question is, was he just confused? Did he put it in the thrill of the chase as a Romanesque box as a selling point? Again, there's inconsistencies from Forrest, and it's not a good thing. But
well,
anyway.
As a foundry owner, do you think that he wouldn't have turned it upside down and saw made in France?
Oh, yeah, he saw it. Absolutely, he saw it. Yeah. Didn't want to say that, but yeah. So there's I'll just say there's inconsistent statements from Forrest. There's proof. In the thrill of the chase, he explains it one way, and Cynthia has found this interview with Ripley's where he says it another way. So we can talk about what that means, but it's not great.
A lot of people think that means there's a second box, so there's a second chest, and they're going to keep looking for it. I don't think that. Just from Shiloh's word, Shiloh has said, no, don't do that. He forgot. See, Miriam said he forgot.
He forgot. All right. Again, that's kind of breaking news. If you wanted to hear it from Forrest that he also did not describe it as Romanesque, that's cool if you didn't know. But the real breaking news is coming up. And there it is. That's the bottom. Now, again, this is per Justin. There are no pictures from Forrest that show the bottom of the chest, correct? There are no pictures from Jack that show the bottom of the chest. All we have is a picture from Justin, correct?
There are no public pictures, correct?
Correct. Public. All we have is this picture from Justin that says, hey, this is what it says on the bottom of the treasure chest that was auctioned off at Heritage.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's kind of interesting. All right. But that's not the breaking news, everybody. We talk emails. Oh, now this is secret emails with Forrest post find. This is from Cynthia Meum to Forrest Fenn. I promised to keep them secret.
Wait, go from the bottom up.
Yeah. Forrest Fenn emails Cynthia on June 14th, 2020. What, 6 days after it's been found, 8 days after it's been announced found, and says, we will stay in touch if all of our emails are secret, F. And Cynthia's response is, I promise to keep them secret, although Dale and I are so close. That's from, let me see if she's in. No, that's from anyone else. If your emails are personal between you and I, no one will find out even after we both are gone. No one can ever know. Well, now it sounds like Cynthia's changed her tune and maybe she's going to talk about those emails, but it's been 4 years later. So, okay.
Yeah. And I think, I'm not going to speak for her, but I asked her, like, why is this coming out now? I think a lot of people were waiting for Shiloh and those answers were going to come out, not like fun stuff, but like actual answers for the community. And I think with Shiloh's recent conversation with Lee from Brian Gates' channel, I think people are realizing now the family is not going to be giving that part, or Shiloh isn't. So now I think we're going to see more to come. At this point, I think some people were respecting, kind of like when you talk with Chris Jones and you were like, if you have answers, come on, dude, like Stoof.com, why aren't you just putting it out? And he says, we got to wait for Shiloh. He'll put all the answers out about the ending. Well, Shiloh's just made it clear. No, he's not. So I think that's what now has made some people change their mind. That's just a guess.
Going back to the chest, Tigger makes an interesting comment. Romanesque only means in the style of. So the Romanesque comment doesn't actually date the treasure chest. That's interesting. I always thought Romanesque dated it to something. But if Romanesque is just the style it was created in, well, that's interesting. I don't know. I don't remember offhand what it says in the Thrill of the Chase, what the age it says in the actual book. So we can debate that, or we can talk about it later. But that's interesting. Just Romanesque means it was built in the style of. So, okay. And we have an interview where Forrest says it's only a couple 100 years old. So interesting. We would have to figure out what else he said that contradicts that. Okay.
See, F is very clear that he liked to make mistakes. And then Shiloh puts a picture of his steak dinner. Mistakes, steak. See? No, see, that's not what
Really?
we're going to do here.
Jeremy.
We're not doing that here. Oh, no, he didn't make the steaks part. I made the steaks part up. But anyway.
Yikes. That's all I got to say is
Okay.
Okay. All right. We're not even at the breaking news yet, people. Come on. Zoe says what? So this is apparently, I don't know what this is. Is it an email from Zoe? Is it a statement in the court doc? But I'll read it. I don't know what it's from, but emails or messages from upset people I don't know. I am sorry the Chase community feels they didn't get answers they felt they somehow deserved because my daddy died. All those answers went to the grave with him, and he didn't share them with any of us. From Zoe, according to Cynthia Meum. That's kind of breaking news. If you believe it, we don't have the context to this. But Shiloh says he knows. So seems to be a contradiction of what Zoe's saying. Do with that what you will. Comments, Kpro.
Mm-hmm.
No comment?
It is a contradictory statement. If Zoe is saying, if Shiloh's saying he knows everything, and then Zoe is saying all the answers went to the grave with him and didn't share them with any of us meaning the family, that sure is a contradictory statement. So maybe I don't know how to rectify that.
Well, also, did Forrest tell Shiloh and didn't tell Zoe? I mean, it would be simple.
And told Shiloh not to tell Zoe?
Yeah. Plausible deniability of don't tell the rest of the family, but hey, grandson, I'm going to tell you the solution and where it was. That's possible. I mean, it's possible. Don't know.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
Okay. Still not the breaking news, though.
Fenn said he never told a soul, but we know here's in Zoe's deposition where she confirms there's a 9-clue video. Shiloh's already said it, but go ahead. He never told a soul, but let's go to the underlying part.
Never told a soul what? The video?
Taylor says Fenn said he never told a soul. The answer.
Oh, right. But that was pre-find. That was before it was found, right?
Yes.
He actually told Carl because there's a video of it. But anyway, Zoe's deposition with McCracken confirms Fenn clue video. So let's read through this. All right. So this is from the court case, guys. This is Carl Sumner. I'm admitting that there is a statement of Forrest Fenn that is covered by an attorney-client privilege, and it is a videotape. Should I read the whole thing or no?
I think just the red parts down below where it says video.
Well, all right.
Okay, or do the whole thing. Why ask me? Just do what you want. Jesus.
Mr. McCracken says, okay, are there any plans to show that videotape? Mr. Summer, I have not listed it, meaning in the court case. I have not listed it. We have not listed it as an exhibit, Mr. McCracken. Mr. McCracken says, yes, sir, Mr. Summer. And in large part, it depends on what the court says with respect to your ability to ask Mr. Stoof questions about the something and his solution to the poem. And so if the court does that, indeed, you get to ask him those questions, and that the government's intervention is denied, then we may or may not waive the privilege with the video, with the whatever in that video. We haven't made that decision yet, but it does exist, and it is covered by privilege. So Mr. Carl Sumner is saying it depends on what the court allows you to do. If the court allows you to talk to Mr. Stoof, because the Department of Interior had filed the motion to intervene to prevent Jack from telling it, and he says it depends. It depends what the government. It depends if the government's intervention motion is denied.
Yeah, but then Shiloh calls it the 9 clue. Anyway, for those of you that don't believe it, I don't think even seeing it will make you believe it, because you'll just say it's made up by AI. I think it's been confirmed so many different ways. Shiloh recently said, yes, we were in negotiations with that video with Netflix. I don't know how many more ways to say.
Yeah,
it.
here's Ripper Days. All they say is there's a video of Forrest Fenn, not a video of Forrest Fenn telling the solve. It's probably a video of the deposition. Well, here, let's just read here. Wait, no, listen. Mr. Summer says, I can't tell you what the contents of the video are, but you asked if there's a video and statements of Forrest Fenn, and the answer is yes. And they cover, well, she cut it off. But over here at the top, it says...
Yeah, hold on a second. Can I just say, the previous page to that deposition says it is the 9 clues. Forrest going over the 9 clues. We can bring this up. This was from the deposition. She is under oath. Summers is under oath. this isn't breaking news. This has been out for a long time.
Yeah, it's just people don't want to. There. Yeah, let me go back. She actually shows it. Let me go back. That was Zoe says what? I
think it's pretty.
Yeah, here it cuts off. Oh, there's a page 23. This is page 24. So it's there though. It's public record.
Oh, go down. Yes.
Well, I can't go down. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. I can't tell you what the contents of the video are, but you asked if there is a video and statements of Forrest Fenn, and the answer is yes. And they are covered by a privilege. Okay. So again, but I believe in other places they confirm. But anyway, if you don't want to believe that there's a video of Forrest going over the 9 clues, don't. But it's obvious there is. Anything else, Kpro?
No.
On this? Okay. It's not breaking news. It's been out there a while.
Yeah.
Shiloh confirms grandfather talked about clues in the poem. This is text from Shiloh. I've never denied that there was something of private. Yeah. Or my this is the video. This is what he sent Ben. I've never denied that there was something of private something where my grandfather talks about clues in the poem. That content was once a part of Netflix. Again, this is not breaking news. This is old, but Shiloh is confirming that there is a video of him talking about the clues. Okay. We know this already. That content was a part. And again, you guys, this is old. We've talked about this.
Part of Netflix, negotiated. They
This is the breaking news, everybody. Cynthia's saying we have Jack. Oops, no, we don't. But Blackfin Doc does. Kpro, what is Blackfin? This is the breaking news, everybody.
What is Blackfin?
What is Blackfin? For people who don't know, they're going to Google it. Just tell them.
Okay. Blackfin is the equivalent of Nomatica. They are a movie documentary making company.
There you go. So according to Cynthia, and again, she can explain how she knows this. She can explain whatever she wants. Darn it.
And you can go to our Discord and you put @uniquely_Cynthia if you want questions or put them in here. She's watching and she can decide what she's going to be answering, etc.
So she says, we have Jack. Oops, no, we don't. I think meaning the community since he disappeared.
Right.
But Blackfin Doc does. So that implies there is a documentary being done by this Blackfin group and that they have Jack. So I'm sorry, guys. That's breaking news. There are questions on how does she know this and what's Jack and blah, blah, blah. But just that this is being said is pretty breaking news. All right, we're only halfway through.
It is pretty breaking news.
If Jack is going to talk in a doc, I mean, there's the answers. That's what we're looking for.
Not to some, because he's made up, because he was invented by Forrest Fenn.
Oh, great. Well, then you'll never know the answers because Jack's the only one who knows it. And Carl.
Well, I'm going with what Shiloh said. If people are saying they're all in for Shiloh, but then Jack doesn't exist, Shiloh said Jack Stoof is the finder, retriever, and owner before he sold it of the treasure chest. I'm all in. So
there he is, Jack. Oh, we have Dale.
So that's the interview from like a year ago.
Yeah.
So Dale, I mean, we do have Dale.
And what I was saying is that Cynthia puts in the work. She goes to see Dale. She goes to see Carl. She goes for the court. She has talked to the people to try and get answers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can't falter for that. I mean, I don't anyway. If people can falter for whatever they want, I don't. I think it's pretty cool.
Haters gonna hate.
She's finally decided to put this stuff out. But anyway, here.
Shake it off.
We have Carl right here. This is what you wanted to hear, which.
Oh, no, you can do it.
So, let's talk about.
So do you know what she says right there? Is it in the original video that she put up of this interview, or is this something that was cut out?
I don't know.
Let's talk about the video, or no?
No, he talks about the video in that. So that is
part. Look at his face.
Leave it right there.
Maybe it's an inside joke. I don't
know. So he talks about the video and how he's the one that took the video. So it couldn't be the video, Mike. What else could he possibly be that shocked at when she? Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, Under a Canopy of Stars, a memoir. Cynthia Meum. The truth is rarely pure and never simple. Oscar Wilde. Okay. We're assuming this is in her book. All this, I believe this is a trailer for her book. I mean, it's what it sounds like. Introduction. This book is, there we go. This book is my memoir regarding the Forrest Fenn treasure hunt, 2010 to 2020. My relationship with Forrest between 2013 until his death in September 2020 and the years following the find and his death, as the quest for post-chase answers became muddied, dirtied, and compromised. The contents are true to the best of my knowledge and as accurate as my impeccable notes allow. I started writing this memoir in 2021, hoping it would be cathartic, as I was still having a difficult time after Forrest's death the previous September 2020. I also wanted an account of my 10 years in the chase and the post-find as I continued my quest for the answers. Okay. This book is owned by Cynthia Meum. It may never be shared or reproduced without permission. Yes, we do have permission to share this trailer ever, unless I'm murdered. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Again, this is some funny stuff. She adds that she did this whole thing herself.
Oh, I'd look at that. Wow.
Edited by Cynthia, obviously. Production designer, Cynthia, still me. Director of photography, Cynthia. Casting, Cynthia, and one Summer, Carl Sumner. Cynthia, no cost. It's just, I don't think there's anything here. Is there something I'm missing?
No.
Yeah, okay. Stop making stuff up, Kpro.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Right. And then here's the end, where of course we have to have Kpro in there.
So, I think that pretty much covers everything, right?
No.
So what do you mean by that, Kpro? When she says covers everything, you say no. What does that mean? What are you talking?
She just puts out that trailer and she's like, that covers everything. And I'm like, I have a million questions.
Right. Yeah. And
like,
Cynthia
oh, go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to say Cynthia does need to clarify some things that are in this video. And
like,
I'm assuming she will in her book. I'm assuming this means she's putting out this book. So
if I will go all the way to Yellowstone, if I'll go to Santa Fe, if I will travel around this world, I can go 5 miles to Cynthia's house. So I went and I asked her, okay, what's the biggest question you think needs to be answered from this trailer?
The breaking news from that entire trailer is that Jack may be doing a doc with this Blackfin group. I mean, that is breaking news. We all want answers. And even if you don't believe Jack, even if you don't believe in Jack, he was nudged, he found it, he was giving it to him. I want his story. I want to know how it went down. And maybe Jack's going to tell the truth. Maybe Jack's actually going to say 4 years later, yeah, Forrest nudged me, blah, blah, blah. What was the Zoom with Yellowstone all about? Jack was part of that. Can he talk about it? I mean, Jack has the answers, whether you like the answers or not. That's huge. Go ahead. So hang on.
Jeremy is right. Jeremy's right.
Oh, Jeremy, you shouldn't be in here anyway. The way you talk about us in the other Discord, I don't know why you're in our chat. Well, actually, I do know because we actually give breaking news. But anyway, I'll save my comments for Jeremy for another day. Go ahead, Kpro. What were you going to say? You have a question, a Q&A from Cynthia?
Well, my biggest question was, I knew over the years, occasionally she'd be writing, and she had such detailed notes and information that I wanted to know more about her book. So that was more breaking news. But we can go to the doc if you want.
No, go ahead and do it in the order you have it. That's fine. Because
Jeremy likes us. No matter what you're saying, that's just so he doesn't get kicked out over there. He needs friends, Mike. Come on. You have to throw your morals aside to be like.
Yeah, he also put a crying face. So I think he was being a little sarcastic there, which is fine. You guys can have our opinion. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Like Forrest said, just leave people alone you don't like.
Yeah. Anyway, I only gave you my opinion of what I felt was the breaking news. For a lot of people who didn't know a lot of that is breaking news. And that's why the title of our video is subjective. For some people,
so it is huge. Now, some people say, I don't care about hearing from Jack because he's not the real finder. Well, Shiloh said he was. And there's a joint defense agreement that the name Jack Stoof is a part of. And here I'm going back to Hooley's statement because she's so right. I want to hear from everybody. I already know that Jack told me a pants on fire. He told us, I never lived in Puerto Rico. He was trying to protect himself. For whatever reason, he has told us untruths. He's also told us incomplete information. So just like we got that huge set of emails, we were able to take that. If I wish I would have known that the blaze was knocked down by natural causes, whatever he says, we're going to be able to parse apart more what the heck happened. I'm excited.
You may be able to speak to this. So let me put in a comment from CG Doc says the comments on her YouTube page for this video say this is a teaser video for Explosions 2024 video this fall. Why would Cynthia have to wait until this fall?
Okay. I think it's going to be, there is a difference between what Cynthia thinks and I think. I think she thinks Netflix is coming out in fall. I think it's coming out in Q1 2025. It's going to be somewhere around that. So here's some questions that I asked Cynthia.
You didn't explain that at all. Why would Cynthia have to wait for fall? You didn't explain it.
I almost finished my sentence. If you let me, I will answer it.
I thought you were switching topics. My fault.
Why can you not publish your book now? That's basically what we're asking, right? There is too much detail and photos of my Netflix experiences. NDAs in place until the show airs.
There you go. So that is your answer, CG Doug. Go ahead.
Hold on, there's more. Also, NDAs with Jens Enser, the devil.
So Cynthia
I have lots more.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say Cynthia actually signed an NDA with Netflix, but she also signed an NDA with Jens because he filmed her for his doc. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, and I didn't know that she actually signed one with Jens.
She didn't sign an exclusive. She signed an NDA. So also NDA with Jens regarding my interview with him here in my home last February 2023. Photos and JCB info covered by the NDA. So Cynthia knows JCB secret information from Jens. Shocker. I told you so, Mike.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, what is the secret info? But anyway, got it. Cynthia is letting us know through this trailer and letting everybody know that she's signed 2 NDAs. Well, because she answered these questions for you to say on our show, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So she said, got an NDA with Netflix. She got an NDA with Jens. She's got to wait for those 2 docs to come out where the NDAs cannot be enforced. And then she's going to give what she knows. And as I said before we watched the video, Cynthia's an insider. I'm sorry if you don't like her. She has information about the end of the Thrill of the Chase. And I think she's pissed off that it's not coming out from people that maybe we would all believe. So she's going to do it herself. So
if you'd like to hear it in Cynthia's words, I have more. Cynthia said I wouldn't have the guts. She used a different set of words. I'm not going to read the entire part of this because
you should read it, but go ahead.
Do you know the part I'm talking about?
If it's what we talked about, yeah. But again, we can read it, but we're going to talk about it. It's on Cynthia to talk about. But it's up to you. Go ahead.
You can read it. Want me to bring it? I
wasn't there, so I don't know if you typed this up and you're saying
this is in Cynthia's writing.
Go ahead, read it.
Yeah, suck it. When I put you in the hot seat, what do you say? Oh, I didn't mean it.
Go ahead.
This is why people don't like Jeremy. Don't like you. Okay, I still
waiting for you to draw my picture, Jeremy. That's all. That's why I'm jaded. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Here's the other reason right now. Why can't her book be published now? You are so tempting me. Cynthia wants me. Yes, it does rhyme with guts. I did not change people's names in my book, except for one woman I will call Pamela, just in case the digital copy of my book somehow gets quote unquote leaked. If I were to publish my book as is, I would likely be sued for defamation, as well as the publisher, despite the names and the stories being true. I have dates, places, names, emails, and occasionally pictures to support my accuracy. Over the years of the chase, as well as the post-chase,
I'll say it. I don't care. Fuck fest. That's what she put, everybody. Fuck fest. Go ahead.
Santa Fe and West Yellowstone were both fuck fests. Now everyone knows what I'm talking about, and you can have a stroke. But they needn't worry, mostly because the usual suspects rumored throughout the early years will not be made public again. However, there are new names and fun stories. Forrest. Okay, this is not a part of Netflix. Okay, see, we got enough of that. Let's go on. It will
not be PG-13 if it's coming from Cynthia. That is for sure.
Yeah. Okay, and then the next is, when I wrote this book over the last few years, it was never intended to be shared with anyone. However, after Shiloh's recent revelation that his family did not give the Fenn Solution video to Netflix, and he will not be sharing the 9 clues on his own Couple of Fun Things project, I decided the burden now rests on my shoulders to give the chase community some of the information I've had for several years. It's been over 4 years since Forrest announced the chase is over, and almost 5 years since Jack, quote, found the chest in September 2019. My book not only delivers some of the detail, but the times, places, and the context surrounding much of this information. The book is currently at 40,000 words. I will continue to add to it until Netflix airs and the Forrest Fenn chapter of my life comes to an end.
So there you go, everybody. I think Cynthia has some answers. We all know that Cynthia said she's seen the 9 Clue video, just that alone. But she's under an NDA with Netflix. She's under an NDA with Jens. So when those things are out, she's got a book and she's going to put it all in the book. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I, for one,
I have not seen any part of the book.
Right.
I will say that up front, so I can't tease it, talk to it, etc. I know she's had a million boots on the ground. She was like Forrest's media person for several years. So, and I think post-find, exactly, she has a lot of information. I think it would be interesting. I personally think certain parts just don't matter. Mike and I think many people have. Yeah, I don't know.
Our good friend Jeremy says, so this is a trailer. When does the full video come out? Well, as the person earlier in the chat said, it says on her video in fall. She's waiting for Netflix and the Jens's doc to come out. I believe. Cynthia can clarify that in Discord, but I don't think she's coming out with a video or anything. This is just a trailer, but I don't think she can come out with anything. She's worried about either being sued or maybe excluded from those docs. I don't know. So.
Oh, no, she can be sued. She can be excluded. There could be lots of issues. So.
Where have you been, Queen Anne? Where have you been the last month? Yeah, well, you know what? I take it back. A lot of people are not in the Cowlazars Grand Adventure Discord. Cynthia has said it in the Discord. She has seen that 9 Clue video. Believe her or not. I mean, what is she lying for? I think Cynthia has a lot of information that she's getting pissed off that it's taking so long for it to come out, whether it's in Netflix, whether it's in Jens's doc.
I think she knows now. I disagree with you that they're waiting for longer. We have just been told in the last week, I think it triggered a lawsuit. I think it's triggering Cynthia to put out what she knows, because in my opinion, a week ago or however many days ago, but within the last week or two, Lee got on the horn with Shiloh, and Shiloh has said, I'm not releasing the ending, Jack, 9 Clues, that's not going to be what I do. And like I have said for years, a lot of people have said, but Shiloh has fun coming. Right. But the answer I want is what happened with Jack. What were the 9 clues? I want that part out. Now that basically Shiloh has taken this pie, cut it in half and said, this half is not me. Other people are going to have to take that baton. And Cynthia is saying by her statement I just read, she's taken the baton. Now, will it be as good as getting it directly from Forrest or family members? They're not willing to, or Forrest passed. They're not willing to.
Or they can't.
Whatever they're not going to. Mm-hmm. And if that happens, then can we get it from others and part stuff together? Breaking news, Cynthia's going to be putting some stuff out. It looks like Jack's going to be putting some stuff out. Maybe that will spur on Dale to put some stuff out. I don't know. I'm excited, though, because that means we're in this another year. So now she said fall. I don't believe fall, personally, because Netflix is supposed to turn everything in June 1st, and they haven't. So...
yeah, I agree with all that. So Cynthia's basically said, I'm going to put out what I know, because the family isn't. Whether she thought they were or not is a different story. But she can't do it until these 2 NDAs she has expire. So that's what we're waiting for. But the biggest breaking news, I'll play it again, is according to Cynthia, Jack is in a doc or working with a company about a doc. Again, that was a short sentence. We don't know exactly what the details are. But that's huge. If Jack can actually come out and tell his story, that's huge. We know he can because Justin has said who will release him from whatever was in that contract, right? So he can tell his story, and it sounds like there's a documentary company that's working with him to do that. So that's huge, in my opinion. Now, again, we may have to wait 4 years for it to come out. We see how long Netflix takes, right? But at least that it's in the works, that there's discussions being had. That's important. That means Jack wants to tell a story, in my opinion, which is important. So all this and somehow no Josh Gates. Yeah. Did Josh Gates ever do an Expedition Unknown after the Forrest Fenn treasure was found?
Yeah,
no, he didn't. Yeah. What's he? Well, probably because it's such a bad ending. That's why he didn't do it. Like there's no answer.
Don't say that. You hate Forrest, and that's how you met your wife. Yeah. You're not allowed to say that, Mike.
But the the JCB thing is that Cynthia knows some inside info on the JCB thing. Is that what you read from Jens, being in the doc or something?
Yeah.
So my question is, did Cynthia ever meet JCB? That's my question. I'll ask.
As far as I know, and she is a dirty, rotten, lying scoundrel, snake. I think that's her technical title. And I don't believe she has, but that doesn't mean. The question
is, what does JCB have to do with Forrest Fenn and the Thrill of the Chase? He has the olive jar.
And he has several items that are in his, and he was a searcher, and he tried to buy the treasure chest via Tom Nasco. He told Jens some of that in his interview. It's going to be in this doc that comes out when Jens finishes. Do you want to see the breaking news on JCB?
Oh, I thought that was it.
No.
Oh, then what is it? You didn't. I thought that was it.
We got some new pages
on treasureinside.com.
Go to treasureinside.com.
How did I miss this?
Everyone missed this. Thank you. I am going to source you. I hope you're okay with it.
Sammy, who did you get it from?
Sammy.
Falco?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, I'm looking. Where is it?
Go to Amazon.
Oh, new pictures there, not on the website. Mm-hmm. Okay.
We got new chapters. Okay. We got new pictures.
Well, that means there's updates. It's happening, guys. I mean, yeah, okay.
Woo, 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 woo.
We don't know, Davio. Cynthia knows JCB info. What does that even mean? We don't know. So,
well, okay. Yeah, we don't know.
Just wait till 2035 when someone solves my hunt. You know, Randy, we need a video. We need another hint video, Randy. I'm sorry to say it, but we do.
I think we should have Randy on as our first kickoff to other hunts.
Let's do it. Okay. Czar just asked, what's up with the ladies tournament and are you selling action? So think about that as we show this and you can address it. Are you selling action is the question. Okay. If you go to Amazon, Treasure Inside, there's Treasure Inside. This is Jon Collins. For anybody who's listening to this for the first time, Mr. Jon Collins-Black purchased the Forrest Fenn olive jar from the Heritage Auction. He is now coming out with his own treasure hunt book. That book is on sale with a anticipated release date of October 21 of this year. And there are some new pictures. Okay, so are these all pictures that are, ooh, that's new.
They're all new.
Here's another chapter. Chapter 1, the 120 breaking news, everybody.
Sammy!
Thanks, Sam. USA, China. The 120 karat sapphire. 120 karat sapphire. A plan that changed the world.
But he's not allowed to use his postage stamp.
So I think we need to have a separate video on JCB. Let's do this one on Thursday.
Okay. No, but let's do a drive-by.
Well, yeah, we're looking at it right now.
Okay.
The 120 karat raw sapphire is a part of our treasure. So there you go. Our treasure. Wonder who R is. Okay.
Oh.
There across the floor was a street map of Los Angeles. He inspected it, grabbed a pink highlighter. I'm working on a project. I'm making a treasure map. So this should be interesting.
Okay. Those of you emailing me right now, Cynthia questions, I want you to put them up on. Maybe we should make, like we did for Justin, we should make a little line, or maybe just in Forrest Fenn general. Okay. I'm sorry.
Well, this is interesting. I've never once talked with my son about the treasures I've hidden. He has no idea about them. My son's interest is in discovering treasures in unidentifiably are his own. And an infatuation and seemingly inscribed into his DNA. By 18 months old, he was burying plastic gold coins in his sandbox. Okay, but here's the other thing.
How can he explain it to an 18-month-old?
Yeah.
That was weird.
But here's the other thing. He took down the other pictures that were here.
Yes, he did.
I hope somebody's saving all these. Well, they're on Discord. The Cowlazars Grand Adventure Discord. Because,
go ahead. No, make the pictures bigger. Yeah, make the pictures bigger.
As far as I know, the Cowlazars Grand Adventure Discord, link down below, is the only Discord that's talking about. No, I take it back. Jenny Kyle's probably is too.
Yeah. But look at like the one, not that one. Keep going. That one. That's new.
No, it's on the website. It's new, but it's on the website.
This one. Yeah.
And there's no explanation.
See?
Does that mean this is on the Treasure Inside page now?
Let's go and see.
Yeah, let's find out. So if we go to the treasure, did he add it? Learn more about the treasure.
Yeah, click on that. Ooh.
And again, guys, this is the biggest treasure hunt since
ever known to man. Keep going. Keep going down. I know keep going down. Oh, it's right there. Go up right there.
Maybe it's been there the whole time. Yeah, who knows? But no, the other one, the sapphire thing is not here. So that picture is not here on this page. So
and that nugget wasn't there before, was it?
I don't know.
Now I got okay. Right. There goes my day. Damn it.
So we have 2 breaking news, not 1, but 2 breaking news. Everybody.
3. No, 4. 3. We have 4 breaking news.
Okay.
So what are they, Mike?
Jack apparently is going to do a doc of some kind, right? JCB added updated pictures on Amazon. What are the other 2?
There's a new lawsuit.
That's not breaking news. Yeah.
It is so breaking news.
It's not breaking news.
Cynthia's writing the biggest book known in the chase ever and get to give us fun and explosions. That's what she called it.
So Sophia Champion, I can block you because you're not interested in watching our videos anymore, right? Actually, I think if you block somebody, they can still watch the videos. They just can't comment. So I won't block you. You have your right to your opinion. I just don't understand why the people watch when they get upset.
Some people need more lives. Why do people go live for hours and hours and hours and infiltrate people's lives and blah, 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 blah?
Did I beat Bavetta and Vertigo to this info? I think not.
Yes.
Well, they should have put it in our Discord if they had.
Well, he's the first to share. Well, okay, Mike, hold on a second. I remember when Jens did a trailer when I said this, like I'm somehow evil to say it. This is a treasure hunt for $1 million. Are you going to share everything? Look what Diggin' Gypsy did.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you got those who say they're not working on it, but secretly they are.
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
well, we got liars. We got infiltrators.
We're all going to work on it.
We're all going to work on it. But you're allowed, without being cursed at or yelled at or screamed at or attacked, you're allowed to discuss it on our Discord.
So let me just say this before we end. We're coming up. Oh, we did an hour and 10, so that's good. Cynthia, I hope you do release all the info. All of it, the good, bad, and the ugly. Even the word Kpro didn't want to say. I hope you release everything because, okay, look at it this way, people. Don't interrupt me, Kpro. Look at it this way, people. When we had the Thrill of the Chase from 2010 to 2020, we had a puzzle. We had a poem that had 9 clues. That was our puzzle. And we all worked on it. We all made videos on it, and we did forums. And then there was the chase community that was formed, and you have your contentions, and friendships were formed, enemies were made, whatever. Now the treasure chest was found, and the chase is over. We still have a puzzle. The puzzle is how was it found? Who found it? What the heck happened? There's these lawsuits. There's emails. There's searchers that have inside info. It's still a puzzle. We're still trying to get the answers to this puzzle, which is what is the real, true ending of the Thrill of the Chase? What I want to know for me is what did Forrest think of Jack and the end of the Thrill of the Chase? Was he happy? Was he mad? Was he indifferent? Like he always said he was. It's up to the finder. I'm indifferent. If there's somebody that has that info in an email, in a video, if somebody who talked to Forrest, that's the stuff I want to know. I really want to know what he thought of how his legacy and how his Thrill of the Chase ended. I don't know if we'll ever get those answers, but I tell you what, Jack is the person who talked to him the most. Maybe Jack can enlighten us a little bit. What do you think, Kpro?
Well, I agree with you that I want all of those answers and then more from everyone and anyone, and I can sift through it. But when certain topics come up and personal stuff like the family and personal things within the family, that's why I think the family was so upset about the word intervention. They wanted it to be said, a family meeting discussing alternative endings of the chase, because I do think there's certain things. Forrest is gone and no person is perfect. And I don't think we should dig into personal things. So if there was that term that you guys use that I don't like using, I don't think that's relevant to the chase personally. Now, others can discuss it. You don't agree. Cynthia doesn't agree. So I'm probably wrong. That's just, there's certain topics that, like when I went over the 2 gigabyte drive and put together, there was a lot of discussion about like Forrest and organized religion and why he did not believe in it. And I'll just say,
don't tell Pam Shirter on that. Sorry.
Well,
go ahead.
Good Lord. But there's certain members of his family that he did have discussions and had differing opinions about. I didn't include that because I just felt like it touched a little bit too much.
Right.
And there was lots of family dynamics he did discuss with Dale. I didn't want to pass that on to anyone. And those are the things that I don't feel like I deserve to know. Like Zoe said, she's sorry that the search community feels like they deserve to know the ending. I think chase stuff, I'm not saying they deserve. I think that's fair and on the table. Private family matters or private matters in general, I don't care about.
Well, let me actually rephrase what I said. I think there's 3 things we could talk about. One is the actual end of the Thrill of the Chase, meaning what are the 9 clues and where was it found at? Where did Forrest hide the box and what were the 9 clues he meant when he wrote the poem? That'd be huge to know. We deserve to know it. What was the actual ending? Did Jack find it in September and go to Puerto Rico and come back and tell Forrest, I found it, I'm not going to retrieve it? I mean, that's a crazy story. If all that's true, I want to know more about that. And I want to know what Forrest thought of Jack. If that's what happened, if Jack's like, I found it, didn't retrieve it for 6 months, I want to know what Forrest thought of that. You know what I mean? I just, if it's possible to know.
The entire reason
One more.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
for years I have been saying, and that's why we've all been waiting for Shiloh's fun and answers and epicness, because I thought that's what his answers were.
Right.
And I said all along, if it's about CIA, even DB Cooper, cool, but that's not the answers I'm searching for.
Right.
I am searching for the answers of what happened with Jack. Did he move to Puerto Rico? Is the auction site real? What happened at the end? Forrest knew in September. I don't have proof yet. I don't have enough definable proof to put it all out. But I believe Forrest knew. Look at the scrapbook comparison, retarded, all of those things. I believe he knew, and I believe there was a dynamic we didn't get to see. And also, if others can get the benefit of seeing the video and other things, even better. But I want to know, I already believe in 9 Mile Hole. If it's something different, sure, I want to see it. But what happened with Jack, what happened in the ending and all the dynamics, that's what I would like to know. And the really cool part is there doesn't need to be any tension anymore. Shiloh has said, I'm not putting that out. Don't ask. It needs to be from someone else if it's coming out.
We don't need to talk about Shiloh anymore.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Now we can talk about Cynthia. Apparently she has information to share. Whatever. And once she shares it, you guys can make your own opinion. But the last thing, I said there were 3 things. The last thing is for me and Kpro as a treasure hunt creator. And for the treasure hunt amusement park, of all these treasure hunts, we look at the history of treasure hunts. We saw how Masquerade ended. We saw how The Secret ended for the ones it did and how it's ongoing. For this one, for an objective, rational explanation of what went down, it's an interesting story to talk about. Did Forrest give hints to people? Did Forrest direct people away from the real location? Forrest got close to searchers. Was that a good thing or a bad thing? When you just talk about the ethics of a $1 million treasure hunt, that's an interesting story to tell as well. And I would be interested in exploring that and just saying, yeah, Forrest did this right, but he did these wrong. And it doesn't mean Forrest is a bad guy. It's his treasure hunt. He can do it the way he wants, but it's interesting to talk about it because we have JCB now who's doing millions upon millions. And let's hope JCB doesn't repeat the same mistakes. And maybe he has already.
Cynthia has JCB information from Jens.
So already there's that,
Yeah.
So just from treasure hunt perspective and ethics in treasure hunting and ethics in a contest where it's a game of skill, you've got the creator talking to people and telling Kpro, did you dip your toe in it? That's a hint of some kind.
Right.
Well, how much credence of water you want to give it to it is up to you. But anyway, those are the 3 things I'm interested in. So we'll see. Yeah, again,
there's a lot out there. So this ended up being this started evolving, and when the full video, I think it was Margarita's 2 days ago. Cynthia put this together yesterday. I saw it last night, went to her house this morning. I got this information from her and then came home. I had to go pick up kids and do some stuff. Came home. This has been kind of a whirlwind. So we kind of,
Holy, you got to ask Cynthia. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Do you, Kpro?
How did Cynthia know about Blackfin? It's Cynthia's story to tell. I mean, I have gotten to, I don't know, like these are the things that she was okay with me answering. I know some more information. I just don't know all what
I don't. You're asking me, how do you know? I don't know. Cynthia made the comment. Cynthia made the statement.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do I'm not doing a speakeasy now, but maybe we'll do one at some point. Maybe you can do setup. I'll set up a channel with AMA for Cynthia. People can ask her questions and she can come in just like we did with Justin. Cynthia can come in and answer the questions she wants to answer. Yeah. And again, some people,
okay. And she wants to do a speakeasy. Right. Let's go into speakeasy now. Cynthia just said this.
Then let's do it. It's just I'm going to go play poker. So switching back to Kpro, she is going to play some ladies tournaments this week, World Series of Poker. Do you want to sell action? Yes or no?
So I need to be very fair to you, Czar. I have 5 bullets into the series. I am on the biggest downswing I've ever had in my life. I'm willing to sell action. I just don't know if you should right now because ladies tournament, it's actually ladies week that starts tomorrow and it goes Friday. I'll be playing in the series, the ladies event. I am going to play the Nevada National Championship on Wednesday at South Point. I sell a little bit of action, but I sold action to 2 people. Both of you are in here right now, and I'm sorry I blew it. So I'm a little hesitant. It's kind of like Rampage when he lost his $1 million in the $1 million game, and then he's like, oh, that was the first time we ever bought Rampage's action. So I'm willing to, but so just text offline. I am hoping by the women. Oh, did you see there was a 15-way chop at the first event of Women's Week?
15-way chop.
What a joke.
Women. All right. I don't know if that answered your question or not, Czar, but I'm definitely going to be playing. It's only, 2 weeks left or 3 weeks left. I'm limited because of work.
Mike killed it. Mike, I know you're mad about where you played all day, etc., but still, you've been winning.
Well,
I have not cashed.
I'm going to go play again today. I'm in Speakeasy right now. Nobody's there, so I don't know what everybody's waiting for.
Because they're waiting for us to. What is wrong with you guys?
All right. That's it, everybody. Yeah, D-Negs. It happens to everybody.
No, I thought he was doing a deep run. I thought he was doing today. He did a deep run. I
don't know. There's the Discord link, everybody. If you're not in the Cowlazars Grand Adventure Discord, join. Maybe Cynthia will answer some questions.
Cynthia's in that. I can't believe she said that. She said, "Let's go to Speakeasy now." Okay, we're going. Bye.
So again, everybody, no show Monday. This was the show, the breaking news, Cynthia's video. It's on her YouTube channel, Cynthia Meum. You can go check it out for yourself and pause it. You can go ask questions. You can comment on that video if she has the comments turned on. I don't know if she does or not.
No, she turned them off.
But thank you, Cynthia, for sharing it with us. And we wanted to get it out there to the community just to let you know she has some answers. At least she thinks she does. And she's waiting for a couple things to happen to release them this fall because it doesn't look like anybody else is except for Jack, maybe. That's the biggest breaking news is if Jack is actually in works with the doc. So. All right. Wish me luck. And we'll go live sometime next week. It just won't be Monday. So, right?
Bye.
Bye.
See you, everybody.